in audio. In audio. In audio.
What is happening, everybody? It's Monday night. Time to talk some horns forward football. How you guys doing tonight?
That intro was good. Feels good to be back.
Feels we good tonight. Everything is gravy.
I am on location. I am in Denver. It is 55 degrees outside.
Whatever.
Jeez.
I am loving it.
Rubbing it in.
So
Well, it's because you carry your winter insulation 24/7. So
this is true. That's why I need cold weather, man. I got a ton of insulation on here.
your
Carry
sweat-
your cold
sweats-
weather. Damn, y'all are hardcore
Okay.
with each other sometimes.
Well, that's what happens when you've been
Nothing.
friends for damn near 20 years. So
Yeah, that's way too long.
Enough of the Statler and Waldorf show. It's we're here to talk football, not listen to SAJ and BD insult each other. Although that could be a show in and of itself too.
I mean, it
So-
kind of is on Tuesday nights.
It is. About to say Tuesday night.
Kind of is. Hey,
Yeah,
speaking of, let's get the whole family back together.
for
What's
real.
up,
And there
everybody?
he is.
How y'all doing?
Okay, big guns.
Big guys.
What's up?
What's up? I mean, I'm just saying, somebody's been shown on the flex cam twice already.
That is true.
I'm just saying.
Do you think you would still be shown if you didn't have the tattoo?
Not as much.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Yeah.
Not every
Yeah.
game. Not every, he was
He
on
on
it
the
last year. a
he in the
couple
first
times,
row. That's why.
but not
He in the
every
first row.
game.
But
I'm in the
You're not-
front row, and I'm a fat guy flexing. People love that, man.
you're not in the Big D Energy Club though. I'm just saying.
Only was twice. What can you say about that?
I was twice.
In one game?
I was once.
No, they spread me out because Whoa!
They spread me out.
Whoa,
Wow.
whoa! I said it, and then I was like, "Wait a minute, hold up."
You walked
That-
And then you did the hand gestures at that too.
Yeah, and that is,
Yup.
I guess, a good segue into how the game went. I mean, I feel like, or how this season has really gone.
Look.
Yeah. Go ahead, Jackie. We missed you. Go ahead. Kick us off, Jackie.
Look, the amount, I'm just gonna say it. What is with literally a penalty on every play? I was like, what is going on? Like, not even just one penalty; it was multiple penalties. Like, why is it happening so often? It's just wild.
The one penalty that we saw a bunch of times is illegal forward pass. How many times do we see that this game? 3? I think there were 3. I'm pretty sure there were 3 of them. I know a couple got called back because of, they declined it because of the interception and holding, whatever. But it's one of you see that maybe twice in an NFL season. We had it at least twice
In one
on
game.
Friday.
Well, I think it's also part of the rules in the sense of you can do one forward pass before, you can do 2 forward passes on a play. As part of the UFL rules. So I think that's where it kind of gets a little sloppy trying to execute it.
Not really. It's as long as you're behind the line of scrimmage. Once you pass the line of scrimmage, you can't pass the ball. That's what I'm saying though.
That's where I think it gets a little bit sloppy. They just forget where their footing is or however you want to say it. And I think that could definitely lead to a higher probability when you have the ability to throw forward twice.
Well, it seems like it's just an us thing. I haven't seen that called in any other UFL games this season.
Well, we already know how the guys upstairs feel about us. So.
Well, not only that,
we're
but
kind of notorious for that.
What my handsome husband said with the last touchdown, we didn't even get a call. They didn't even say anything afterwards. Like, I don't know what the penalty was at all. They never announced what the penalty was. Like, the lights were flipping on and off, and I'm like, yeah. And then all of a sudden, everyone's moving back. We're like, and it was never mentioned. Like,
Well, that's what it was. There was a holding penalty,
but they
and
didn't say
and it was an illegal forward pass. It was
Right.
Yeah, but
so they
I
accepted
didn't
the
see
holding
that.
penalty.
I didn't see that, but they never announced it either because we like.
They
when
did. They announced it. I heard them
never
announce
heard
it.
literally 108. They had no idea what was going on. We were all like, what was it? Like, we were so confused.
I can say this though. It is
Oh, here you
difficult.
go.
It's no. Yeah, let me talk. It is difficult to hear certain penalties from 108 compared to 134. I can say that. Me being in 134 for the first time. Shout out to Brian. Shout out to SAJ. It was lovely.
I mean, tell everybody about your 134 experience, DJ. You know,
Man,
I know you didn't even come to us at halftime. I was like, this fool didn't even come
look,
to us. Whatever.
I felt like I cheated. I felt like I cheated, and I told y'all that I was gonna come over there at halftime, but it was just it's just the view of seeing the whole field from the 50-yard line, first row, and on the visitor side of that. So but look, they could tell you I was talking junk to the players the whole game, like, and it wasn't like no like junk, like talking bad. It was just like football
It
talk.
wasn't St. Louis. I'm gonna get slapped. Talk.
No.
Can I do my
Go ahead, Jay.
real quick?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do my DJ impersonation. You guys get ready, okay?
Okay.
Hey, 13. But for real though, that was a good play, right?
Because like
there was another one. Hey, was it 14? Hey, 14, you were wide open. Why don't you say something?
oh, that you talking about Daywood Davis? Yeah, number 4.
Yeah.
I think it was 4, right? Yeah.
I saw 4. I saw you were open. Why don't you call for it? He's like, why didn't they throw to you, man? What's going on?
So Daywood
picks,
yes.
man. It was
like so.
good.
So Daywood was mad. He kept coming to the sideline, frustrated because every time Troy got sacked, Daywood was open, like down the field, and I was like, bro, like he kept coming to the sideline, putting his helmet down, just putting his head down. I'm like, bro, I know you was open. I know you mad. Tell your man throw you the ball, bro, because you open. So
it was funny about that. So I went back and kind of watched some of the game back. That catch that he got in overtime, they said that was his first catch of the season.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, what a way to start the season.
Mike G, this is because I'm not going to go into it too much. Okay. Well, actually, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. There is one of our long lost brethren, 2 rows behind us, kind of a buff, shaved head, loud mouth, just as loud as me and BD are.
Dude, funny.
He was harassing the technology lady like crazy. He was like, "Hey, don't give them an iPad. They're playing video games on it. And, they're not even looking. Just different stuff like that. Like everything he said was epic. Although he did get a little bit risque with some of the comments. Not like horrible, but
that's kind of his territory. He kind of likes to teeter on that line a little
bit. He was drunk, so
it was like a clean version of He Who Shall Not Be Named that we brought with us that one time, who's never been back to us. We can't say the name.
So him, and then you had Lassiter. Me and him kept going back and forth, just talking junk. And then look, he gets into the game, and then they do like I think it was like a post route or something like that. And the dude dropped the ball. They pulled him out the next play. He ain't even want to come over. He didn't want to come over to me because he knew I was gonna say something. He stood all the way down. Like he went down by the 40-yard line. He was down there. He was like, I'm not.
DJ even got the coach because there was the
coach.
What should have been a dead ball penalty. That forward pass that led to an interception. I forget exactly what the whole play was, but DJ
it started with the PI, but the PI. Remember they didn't call a PI on us. Yeah.
Right. DJ's going back and forth with Lassiter, and the coach kind of comes walking over, and DJ was like, "Coach, that was a bad call. And he kind of side-eyed DJ with this grin and just walked away.
Well, that was the PI that we all like the whole crowd was booing, and then the very next play they called a PI
All right,
on it. And
yeah.
that was when that coach just went down the
Yeah,
sideline.
he turned his head and kept walking. He
went
knew.
down, he went down
You,
to the 20-yard line. Wanted nothing to do with us.
and then
Yep.
our good friend Cam Dantzler, man. So he came over to us after the game. Like he was going back and forth. Like he was talking trash. Like he was like they suck and all that. I'm like, bro, we both 1-6, so I don't know what you're talking about. So then come the overtime. Come to overtime, we walked down. We went all the way down to the end zone where the overtime was at.
We saw
So
you guys.
I just you say walked, but there was two.
Yeah, we
fat
ran, we
guys
ran, we ran, we
running through
ran.
the concourse of the Alamodome trying to get to
We
the end
ran.
zone for that overtime.
Everybody in the concourse was looking at us crazy. Like,
Yeah.
what are they doing?
Which
was
I'm
probably
actually disappointed that the rest of the fans didn't do that as well. I mean,
I am very
That's way
disappointed.
too long.
you imagine
for us
if
to
like
run.
if the entire everyone in the Alamodome like circled that area, you know how loud that would have been for them.
Facts.
funny that you mentioned that. I actually talked to one of BD and I's, pretty good acquaintances, who's been going to the games, pretty much, hardcore Brahmas fan like we are. The flies under the radar, doesn't say much of anything. He tried to get his entire section to move over to that end zone when he knew that they were going over there. And he's like, guys, we need to go down there right now. Nobody moved. And he's like,
Nobody
the
moved.
hell's wrong with you? Our team needs us down there. And everybody was like, so yeah, it was bad. And then of course there's others at the other end zone that could have rallied the troops and done the same thing, and they had plenty of time.
Hey,
Plus, they're
don't be
probably in
blaming
better
us.
shape than me. No, not you guys. I'm talking the other end zone when they were banging on offense. Those
Ah,
people,
yeah.
those folks could have gone over to that section. There was more than enough room for
I
it.
mean,
Oh,
we
yeah,
could
it was
have
wide
packed
open
that
over
end
there.
zone and
And
made it
If
loud.
I can run from 134 to that section, and I ran.
He was beside me.
I made it right while I was behind you.
Well,
But somebody had to be my lead block,
that's true. That's true. That's true.
Plus, running in cowboy boots, not the funnest thing to do.
No.
But DJ ran lead block. I followed in behind him, made it all the way to the section. It was like 120 something, 121. And then that's when
Somewhere around there.
my tank went empty. And I had to walk down the stairs. I was just like, I'm done. I ain't running no more. I don't care if there's Tyrannosaurus Rex behind me. Eat me. I don't care. I'm done.
I
So
just want to know why
um,
nobody warned me about that intro that I was going to be inhaling cold clouds of smoke.
really?
I was like, what is going on? And I was like fanning. I
Oh,
couldn't see
I saw
any
them.
players.
I saw them setting up
Ish.
the little thing right there. With
But
I knew it was
saw
gonna be some
but I
crazy
didn't
stuff.
realize
They're
was that
pretty heavy
intense.
on that smoke for that
It
intro.
is
I mean,
intense. I could not see any player run through. It was like I couldn't see, like you could put your hand like right here and that was it. That's how cloudy it was. And I was
That's
like, what
crazy.
the hell? Ooh. Luckily I had signs. So I was just like,
I, mean,
man,
I
it was
would have thought you'd be
freezing.
used to it, Jackie.
No. Not cold. That's different.
Hot box.
But
Not like that. Not
but
that
Cam.
intense.
So the whole time when we was at the 50, we was going back and forth with Cam, right? So we went down to the end zone, and he was still talking junk. He said something, and then I looked at he was talking junk, walking away, and I was like, bro. And they made the first play of the overtime, and I was like, bro, you ain't even doing nothing, bro. Like you got an A+ for not even doing no work on the test, bro. Like what are you doing? And then the next play, I think
Time out.
go ahead, Jay.
That specific play, he was jaw jacking DJ because he was going back and forth with DJ primarily. Who was it that scored?
It was Kirkland that scored the next one, like right after that.
I
They were
said cook him.
jaw-jacking back and forth.
Yep.
He specifically said to Kirkland, cook him or something like that.
Uh-huh.
Looked right at Cam and said, you're getting burnt. Something to that effect. And he did. And as soon as
Wide open in the end zone, in the back of the end zone.
As soon as it happened, Cam looked over and just walked away.
He walked away. But look, after the game was over, he came over to us like cool. Shout out Cam though. Cool dude, came over to us talking to us, and he was like, I was like, bro, you know you had it coming though. That touchdown was your fault. But he was like, we was in Tampa too. Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever you say. Okay.
But so DJ, like that, that kind of, that's perfect. That's what me and Jay do in the games. We'll talk trash in the games, and then a lot of times there'll be a couple players that come up and kind of shake our hand after the game.
Yep.
It's like, man, good shit, man. You guys are fun too. Now, I did have a player, tell me to F off.
Oh yeah, he did.
But it was number 90. He was running off the field.
Of course, it was a lineman.
To get off, like, I guess there was too many defensive men on the field. Whatever. He was running off, huffing and puffing. He gets silence. I was like, "Hey, 90, you look tired. Go get some water." I was like, "I'm looking out for his safety, man. I didn't want to pass out on the sidelines." He tells me to F off. Like, come on, man.
He's like, what the F you talking about? F you. And then all of a sudden, Brian gets extremely offended. What? I'm looking out for your safety, man. And then
hydration.
Hydration.
But I can say one Memphis guy was loud over in our section though. That Memphis guy that was behind me.
Yep.
I don't know how he got there. He was loud. I thought you could hear it back on the broadcast how loud he was. He losing his voice, coughing. I'm like, bro, you need water or something?
No, you couldn't hear him.
He was loud though. I ain't gonna lie. He was loud. I give him that. Yeah. And then it sounded like every time he was like, get that ball back, bro. The Brahmins gave him the ball. I'm like, come on, man. Like, come on, man.
He was effective. He wasn't nearly as loud as either one of us by ourselves. But
it was fun though.
A little bit of pride and ego on the line there. But he was a fun fan. And I wound up actually talking to him after the game. They're fans that actually came in from Arizona. They're originally from Memphis, but they heard that the Showboats were going to be in town, so they made the drive over from Arizona just to catch the game.
I guess
of course,
to Arizona.
Being the good fans that we were and the good, representatives of San Antonio, we thanked him for coming out and we wished him safe travels, told him to enjoy San Antonio, but maybe next time come back earlier in the season when it's not so unbearably hot and humid so they can enjoy it a little bit more. Because I understand they're coming from Arizona where it's 18 million degrees with 0% humidity, but hot is hot, man. Come on. So, but no, they were good sports, man. They were a lot of fun. I just didn't understand why they were cheering when their team was on offense, and so I had to have a conversation with them about it.
Let them cook.
Well, no, I did. I did. I said you can do whatever you want, just so you know, though. The unspoken rules are that you're not supposed to make noise. Like, we're supposed to make noise when your offense is on the field. But when your offense is on the field, you're not supposed to make noise. You're only supposed to make noise when your defense is on the field. But you do what you want. Hey, it helps us out, man. You do what you want. And then after a while, he was like, man, this dude's right.
I will say that this first home game back, this is probably the quietest I have heard the Dome during offense. Like, I really didn't need my sign. I was really surprised. Very proud of everyone.
There were a few in the
a few points. Yeah, about to say
always messes it up, but for the most part, it was real quiet. I was like, okay.
Milton did have to get out there and do his be quiet offensive work one time. I only heard him once, but
yeah.
Well, he did it twice, but I messaged him about 5 times to do it. So
dang, for real, that's crazy. That man at work, man. How you gonna message somebody at work?
Hey, Milton messaged me during work time.
For real, that's crazy.
Like, he said, "I saw you on the Jumbotron. Welcome back." And I was like, "Look at that! Milton's even messaging me."
Actually, I ran into him after the game when I was leaving. He was leaving. We chatted for about 5 minutes, but.
So he has a TV screen in his, I guess, in a booth where he is, and I saw that he took a picture of Jay when he was on the flex cam. I think that was one of the ones he posted in the comments or something.
Team Bland
that was dope.
Took a picture as well of Jay on the flex cam. I heard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, dang, Jay popping. Hey, he got you beat, Jorge.
The main reason why he put me on there was to apologize to Sabrina for knowing me.
Oh my God, her face. When they spanned to him and he started doing it, she was just like, like her whole body was in it, like disgusted. It was so funny. That was what I was laughing at. Not at Jay. I was laughing at Sabrina because her whole reaction was a whole vibe.
I would have laughed at me too, honestly. Right? Like, I love and support the team. You guys know that. We all Most of us are inked up to show our support and everything like that. But a lot of this is just to get people hyped up. Like I just want people fired up and have the same energy and intensity that we do. They don't even have to necessarily do it when we do it. But like when one of us old guys jumps up and yells, "Hey, Brian," or "Hey, Jason, what down is it?" And the other one echoes back, "It's third down." I want people fired up. I want them jumping up and making noise and engaging.
I have a question.
Yes,
'Cause I
ma'am.
know you were running late, and I told Beatty this before he walked to his seat, and I have a feeling it didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
This is the reason why we lost.
No,
I told him
because
it
we did
doesn't
it the
matter when it happens. As soon as Jay gets there, even if we're playing, I better hear y'all passing by with your stupid chant. And I didn't hear
Yeah, he
it
was
at
gonna
all.
miss the game.
well,
He's already
you
missing the
wouldn't
game.
though.
That's true. Oh, I'm talking about Brian gonna miss the game. He was there early.
Yeah.
There's TVs all the way around.
Dang, that's crazy.
Yep.
I
Well, he
even
didn't have the
like my
flag.
whole superstition was like even to the point where I was like, maybe I'm messing things up because I made new horns and I'm wearing
No,
a different hat. I literally
no.
I busted out Old Faithful and wore her, put on my original Horns Forward podcast hat just because I was like, it's me, it's my fault.
It's not.
My
This
superstition is
is
going.
this has just been a rough season across the
It has
board. I
been.
mean,
I
so
Real
many
wouldn't
though.
have
things
blamed it
have
on
gone
anything else.
against us. Yeah. I mean, we could blame it on, losing Coach Phillips along the way. We could blame it on losing AJ along the way. We could blame it on
Injuries.
Blame it on the
injuries. We
juice.
could blame it on touchdown Jesus, right? And
Not
not doing our
Jesus.
well, I'm just saying,
Hey,
because it's not really
take
even
touchdown
Jesus.
Jesus' name out your mouth.
I know. Poor guy. He's just doing
There's
the Lord's work.
Jay,
there's
you need
so
come
many
closer to the webcam. Hold on.
nope.
I'll
Nope.
slap you.
Thanks for
There's so
scanning.
many things. Thank you. Whoever scanned, thank you so much. Right? Much appreciated. Your proceeds are definitely going to a worthwhile cause. There's so many things that we could blame it on this season. And it's not just one thing. We can't just blame it on, hey, we didn't bust out the Sage Doobie, right? Because we didn't have the Sage Doobie at the home
We
game.
haven't had any tailgates.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
We can
that
blame
might
it
be
on not
true too.
tailgating.
Maybe
Nobody
that's the
We can blame it
reason
on not
why.
tailgating.
We
Oh,
got
by the
no
way, I stole a play from Jorge's book. I got this hat at the game because it was such a dope hat on his head. I wanted to copy him a little bit.
That
But
seems
So are,
like a member
are
of
y'all
this
both
club.
on the last
I had to
notch or
pull it out
what?
to the last three.
I don't have that hat.
He's like
though.
4 or 5.
I don't
Yeah,
have
you
that. hat.
do.
Not that one. No, I don't.
I swear you had this one.
Lies.
No, I don't have that one.
You got
That
the
one-
Brandon Bills one, right?
Well,
Yeah, I got the Brandon Bills.
are,
That's the
are you at
Fury
least at the
Athletics.
last 3 snaps? This one's at 4.
I'm at the 2, but that's also because I have long
Ooh.
hair now, so that plays a
Hippie.
difference.
Don't do that again, man.
Sunshine.
Good hair
so
flip.
Yep.
so how do we feel about like I hate to use that term, but it fits us perfectly. Well, fits the game perfectly. The toilet bowl and
It was.
and it was
It
two bad
was.
teams, and
It was
I
still
thought it
hell
was
of an
a good.
exciting game.
I thought it was a good
It
game.
was a good game. It was
So-
fun. It was entertaining.
It-
I mean, even the turnovers that we had, like the turnovers, they were even exciting plays. So it was an enjoyable game. Like I've said this I don't know how many times. I've never been to a Brahmas game where I didn't have a good time. Even in a loss, even in blowouts, I've always enjoyed it. This was no different.
Mhm.
Yeah, from watching it from TV, it was a fun game to watch for sure, but that's because it was so sloppy. There was a
Right.
lot of action going on. I mean, 3 interceptions from our quarterback. I mean, that kind of stuff gets people excited for the defense. Now, it wasn't in our favor, and that obviously shows some sloppy play, but at the end of the day, if that's what makes the game fun, that's what makes the game fun,
Yeah.
And a big part of going to the games is the experience and watching it on TV too. I mean, yes, you want to watch clean, good football. You can do that in the NFL and all that stuff because that's of course the best of the best. And you're gonna have some really good, clean games here in the UFL. And you're gonna have some really sloppy games, but they're all gonna be pretty fun for the most part. And outside of most of our games, I mean, most of the games have been within less than like half of a possession that they finished. I mean, how many games in the league finish by 1 point? You know, like it keeps you going until the end.
Yeah.
Even
I
with them
think
three
the only
picks,
game that was more than one possession this week was the Birmingham Houston game, or who was Michigan and Houston, right?
Yeah, Michigan
one?
and Houston.
Yeah, I think Michigan won by like 12 points or something. So that was the only game that wasn't within a few points of each other. I think ours was 2. The DC and Arlington was 3, and then St. Louis was the 1-point game. So
Yep.
I mean, they had all close, good games.
Even with 3 interceptions, like I think that first one, I can give him the first one was super, super bad. That out route that he threw to Cam, well, he was throwing it to somebody and the Cam picked it off and pick 6. That one was super, super bad.
Then you got the Shamu lineman interception. I was just
Yeah.
you know what?
That
I was
one was yeah.
I was happy,
But that
for
wasn't
him.
bad though. He got his arm hit, so I was like, okay.
Honestly, I was happy for the big man.
The one interception down at the goal line, it got blocked. But again, that was another one of he passed it after he was behind the line
of scrimmage,
past the line of scrimmage.
Yeah,
he should have just held on to it. But yeah, he got that, and then the other one, he got his arm hit and was intercepted. So really, the only one that was really on him was that first one. But God, that was such a late throw, and even
it was super late.
The receiver made no attempt to kind of go after it either. It was like, well, shit, okay,
Oh, shout out to Jashawn too, man. He had a hell of a game. Jashawn Corbin, running back, he had a hell of a game. Well, I mean, he had like
25 attempts for 142 yards.
That's ridiculous.
He was cooking.
That's our first running back in Brahms history that I know of that went over 100 yards. We may have had like 1 or 2 happen.
I think we've had others, but he's.
Okay,
I think I saw
not
that
like that.
He's number 2 in the league in rushing right now.
I know McFarland had one, and I think we had
Lovett.
Lovett might have had one, and I know we had Jarquez Patrick. He almost had 100. He had like 94 or 95 or something like that. But yeah, damn, okay. But he had a hell of a game, man. Shout out to him. But I mean, besides that, like besides the interceptions, and it's like we said earlier, I think with the penalties Jackie was talking about, like I think it was an okay game. People were saying like it wasn't good because of how sloppy it was, but I'm like, overall, like being there and watching it, it was a good game, back and forth. Like that's how a game should be, like back and forth, big explosive plays, like the run that the dude had from Memphis. That he was small and stocky, but he was flying. Like that run was pretty good. Yeah,
I was like, dude, that guy's like 3 feet tall. Just blow on him and he'll fall out of bounds. Come on.
Yeah. Jalen Jackson.
Yes, Jackson, 34, 36. Yeah,
36.
Yeah, he was pretty nice. Yeah.
7 rushes for 76 yards. His longest was that 54-yarder.
Yeah,
that's insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, and I get it where some
D-line played good.
Yeah, well, I mean, our defense played phenomenal, all things considered.
Kept them in the game.
Beckett and Williams had incredible games. Mosley had a good game. We did okay on most sides of the ball. There were just very costly, inopportune, mistakes that were made, right? And don't be making fun of my pasty white leg, BD, you jerk. Your ass is pastier than mine.
Anyways, baby head.
Yep.
Hold on. Keep your leg up, Jay. Here, I got it. Hold on. Little bright.
There you go.
Little bright over there.
There you go. You guys are gonna get your memories wiped from the flash. Anyways, I get where people are saying that this was a garbage game and whatever, but it's 2 teams that were playing purely for pride. They weren't playing for anything else other than bragging rights to say, at least we're not the worst. Right?
We don't suck that bad.
Right. And so you got to see some of the players that that we call the dogs, if you will. You really got to see them shine in this game, right? Williams specifically, one of them. Not only did he make some incredible tackles out on the field. He almost made an incredible tackle on the sideline. I forget who it was. Somebody did something big, and you see Williams come blazing over from the defensive side all the way over to the other side of the field where all the offense was, and he grabbed somebody and he's picking him up all hyped up and everything. And it's like, that's what you need to see. That's the energy that every player should have, you know? Just that fight, that willingness to not give up until the absolute end. And I think we missed out on that several times this year. Obviously, like when Houston came into town and blew us out, basically, a lot of people had given up, you know. It's games like this that kind of help rally the troops and remind them of what it is that they're fighting for, right? It's not just, you know, for San Antonio and everything, but also for the, you know, the pride of the team and the pride of the individual, and, you know, knowing that you've got to put that work in. So I still think it was a good game, arguably one of the better games of this season.
Agrees.
Jorge, how was your experience watching from home?
I mean, I wish I could say it was good. I mean, I was at home for due to unforeseen circumstances, and we'll be missing the rest of the season because of unforeseen circumstances. So, while Houston was my last game of the season, I mean, it was nice just to be able to spend my birthday at home and watching the game, because the game was on my birthday, so that was.
They did put you up during halftime.
And I appreciate that.
I don't think I've ever seen a happy birthday besides you.
And then the one game that I
And the
missed,
one game you didn't show up to.
Wait, over
One
St.
and only-
Louis?
Huh?
What?
I was replying to the comment. I was saying, do we
Oh,
we
yes,
got that
they are.
over St. Louis?
So
We're
it's
beating
it's, it's,
everybody.
in, it's in percentage of renewals.
Whoa.
So,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, we were told this at the season ticket member event that we were leading season ticket renewals.
Yep.
That's dope.
But
And we will.
are they already starting on the other markets as well, or is it just?
Yeah, it was all
It'll start
markets
at
that were
the same
starting
time.
together.
Yeah.
That's dope.
And we're crushing it, as we should.
Well, it's
We just need to
good.
get more.
It's good to see that people are like
Not giving up on the team, right?
Not
Exactly,
turned
like-
off after the season.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's one of the things like because I did see this on a Reddit thread, only because they used my picture for this fucking thing, but they it was like, why do people act like the Brahmas have been around for like 20 years and like they've won 5 championships and all that? And it was a picture from the Fiesta game, and it was like the crowd looks packed. It was super, like, everyone's shouting, and you could see just the energy there. And everyone just turning in the comments is just like, well, because the games are fun to go to. Like, it's not that hard to explain. Like,
Yeah.
it's a fun experience. If you go to one, like, do it. And I literally said it, and I sorry, I'm gonna cuss up because that's what was my response. And I was like, I can tell you why, because the games are fun as fuck. And it's I put source. I'm the one in the sombrero. Not, that's it. And people were like in agreement with it. A lot of people definitely have people have gone to games that are just, the average casual fan or a person in San Antonio. Maybe they've gotten tickets somewhere through work or something, but more people have gone to games, and that's what that made me realize. More people have gone to a game than we probably realize. And so it's good to see that, year 3 of this team. I still remember back to the very, when it was XFL San Antonio, and people were like, what are the Brahmas? What's a Brahma? And now it's becoming more commonplace to be able to identify with the team.
Or to tag along with that, oh, Hines Ward, but no care about the team whatsoever.
I got 2 things, right? So first, I don't want to say this because I don't want to take it the wrong way, but To me, in my opinion, I like when
Here we go.
I like when the stadium kind of empty a little bit because we get to move around and sit where we want to sit, man. Like that's like
I mean,
nobody is checking
yeah.
tickets, nobody making sure that you're in the right section. Like they have people there, but bro, like you can literally walk around.
I know he's putting out
They
all the
already know
secrets.
now. They see us. They know we normal, so we regular people. That's our second house. I tell people like this is my second home before I'm about to leave. But anyway. But I do like the fact that we can go from place to place. Like I was talking to Mike, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm going to this section to sit with my family, and then I'm going to this section to sit with Jackie and them, and I'm going to this section to sit with Jason." I'm like, "Bro, you do all that in one game? There's no way you not watching the game, bro. Like you can't watch the game and do all of that, bro." But that's dope. That's one thing. First thing. So I'm not really mad at the stadium is not super full because if you're super full, you ain't gonna be able to move around what you want, how you want. Anyway, my second point, this question is for, second part that I want to talk about. This question is for all of y'all, right? So outside of me, because I only went to one away game, right? So I wanted to know, like an unbiased opinion, right? Outside of us, who else do you see, like, the atmosphere, fans standing up on third down, being as loud as us? Like, I'd
DC.
probably say outside of us and St. Louis, because I know probably St.
No,
Louis does that. But
no, not like
zero?
us. No, I would give it to
DC.
DC. DC
That
does.
would
So this
probably
is
be the case
unbiased
then.
though, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
no, it's
like
very biased.
having been to all the games, like St. Louis will be busy chanting about Stan Kroenke,
Yeah,
right? But
okay.
DC is actually invested in the game.
Yeah.
And
Well,
when we went to DC, at least last year, it was like they did put on an electric environment. You could hear the beer snake section going wild on third down, and
They had chance.
they had chants. Like it was, I mean, almost kind of like a soccer atmosphere, given that it was in a soccer stadium, right? But I would say DC definitely has the fan base on point, and they are behind the Defenders as their team.
Yeah, and I think St. Louis. We've said this before. They have the numbers, but that's kind of it. Even just them in the game, they're not as into it. It seems as we are. Yeah. There, of course, there's
So
gonna be
can
some
you
when we get loud and stuff like that. But it's
can you break that down?
I can. I can. So
Okay, go ahead.
Oh
let's
Lord.
talk.
Unbiased.
This
Unbiased.
is very
St. Louis
biased.
fans, and well, of course I'm very biased. Go figure. But this part is not. Okay, and they've shown it time and time again. Every time that we've gone there, you can see it on TV. You can go back and watch all the games. The games that St. Louis is at home, because they have about 10 people that travel, right? They've got 30,000 fan base, 30,000 strong, plus or minus. We've got 10 people that are willing to travel. And that's usually if it's Memphis, which is only about 4 or 5 hours away. And that's about
Minus
it.
family members.
Minus family members. I'm not counting family members. I'm talking about just pure fans, just like us. Okay. If their team is not doing well, you can hear a huge difference in the volume. Their fans check out and disengage, just like they check out and disengage if St. Louis is not in a playoff game or in a championship game. Now, granted, there are some that show up, and I give credit to the 1,000 or so plus or minus that went to last year's championship game when St. Louis was completely out of it. But we went to St. Louis, what, week 2? And we saw it for ourselves. BD is going this Friday.
I'll be there Friday.
Okay? He's the only one that gets to go, and I would love to punch him in the face for that. But no, seriously.
You know what? I'm still thinking it's 50-50 that you're going to fly up there Friday morning to go. So
I might be flying up in a minivan, but unless I'm going FedEx,
and
that's about the only way I'm going.
To Jay's point about them being out of the game or checked out when their team's not performing well, that's what happened in the conference championship last year. Like after halftime, it was, and you could hear me, Mike, and Brahma Babe, and we were like outside of the family, the only fans that were there for the Brahmas. But you could hear us, And I mean, it's when you got 3 people making noise and in a stadium that's supposed to be the biggest crowd.
Yep.
Not a good. I mean, I even got videos of that experience when I'm just like, "Where's everybody at?" Like
I
everyone's
remember that
quiet.
video.
Yeah.
But
What my man
30,000.
is saying, what my man is saying is true. You can go back and watch the film. You can hear it from the national broadcast. And it's not because they're turning down the sensitivity on the mics.
No.
It's because if their team is losing, their fans check out. And by the third quarter, they start leaving. We've seen it with our own eyes.
You gotta miss that
Okay.
traffic.
So St. Louis, yeah, they've got the numbers,
So
but
it's smoke and
they're-
mirrors.
It's smoke and mirrors,
Oh,
man. It's smoke and
absolutely.
mirrors.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
That's why I think-
DC is a louder and rowdier fan base.
Yep. I think out of
So-
all the fan bases, the only one that comes close to us,
What about Birmingham?
what everybody else here said,
I
DC.
can't speak to
Birmingham, there's what?
Birmingham has a
6,000
bunch of
people
fat
there.
guys in the end zone. That's about it.
Detroit
So
would
everybody-
know how to-
Should
all
have
around-
bras on.
The rest of the stadium is like
Detroit would know how to do
casuals.
it.
Oh, pretty much.
Detroit
were a
was
couple-
silent the whole
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
There were a couple that were, pardon me, that were on the sidelines on the Birmingham side, obviously because you can't get over to the visitor side at all, which I thought was really weird. But like we had some terrible nosebleed in a corner, and not saying it insultingly. James did a great job trying to get us the best seats that he could, but our seats were kind of in one of the wedges. We walked down right to the front in one of the end zones. Not a single person stopped us. Nobody, because there's nobody there. And we actually met some San Antonio Brahmas fans from Florida. They drove up because that was the closest they could get. And it was like, welcome to the party, let's go. But Birmingham's fan base is a very, I would say, a very loyal group, considering the numbers. But the problem is, I mean, they've been spoiled with championships. Let's see how they do when their team starts falling off. Are they going to be as dedicated as us? Are they going to have the 6,000 in the stands that they're used to, or is it going to drop down to 3 or 4 when Birmingham goes 3-4 next year? Right? Let's see how that goes. So again, I hate to say it, but as the song goes, they not like us, man. I don't see, outside of DC, I don't see any fan base nearly as dedicated as we are. And that's just facts, man. It's biased, but it's facts.
Still waiting for our ESPN special.
Well,
Dang.
and so
Tag
Hashtag
ESPN.
Bulls on
I'm
tour.
good.
Uh-huh.
I'm good.
Tag
before,
ESPN.
before we
Hashtag
get into
throw me
the
in,
picks,
coach.
I want to ask you guys, because at this point, we're at the point of the season where we know who's in the playoffs. Those are already set. I won't even get into the stadium location. That's whatever. But
yes.
Yeah.
Absolute trash.
who outside of us, who was the team that was the most disappointing for you guys this season?
Besides us, he said.
I'm about to say besides us.
Not counting us, because obviously
Oh.
we are. I mean, to go from championship game to absolute worst is
I mean,
Drastic
I
fall.
don't really think there is one. I mean,
Uh-uh.
I'm about to say that.
Because Memphis, I
mean,
told you, they're playing like they were trying to get kicked out the league. So even though they were at the bottom, they still were fighting for it. I can't say. I don't think I have a team that.
All the
Arlington started hot. Like they were
That's-
top of the conference, and then they, these last few weeks they've just dropped off a cliff. But
Yeah,
I mean, I expected Arlington to be at the bottom anyway, so that's not a surprise for me.
key point. All of the teams at the top, minus I think St. Louis, but they're not in the playoffs, right?
St. Louis is, yeah.
Okay, all the teams at the top minus St.
So we've already got our playoff matchup set. It's DC and St. Louis and Birmingham and Michigan.
All the teams at the top have a quarterback that has experience in the league or that's been in the league before. So I think that's Birmingham has J-Mar Smith. He was there season 1 for the Stallions.
Well, Birmingham has had like 5 quarterbacks this season.
But they rotate the same quarterback. So
you had Magoo, they had Coral, then they had J-Mar Smith, and they had that one guy.
Coral was here last year.
Pearson.
Jamar Smith was here the first year.
Yeah.
Adrian's gone, but everybody. I mean, Magoo's been here. You know what I'm saying? So these are not new quarterbacks.
They're not
Yeah.
new to the program or anything like that. So
Yep. So I mean, most of they got the quarterback. So I think that's where it starts. That and I know Jorge has been harping on that a lot with the offensive line. That and the offensive line is key. If you don't have those two things, I don't see. You know, that's the biggest thing. So it ain't even about like the teams that the most disappointing. It's about the teams to me that has improved or continued on what they've been doing from the previous years with keeping a good having a good solid quarterback play and having good solid O line play. I think that's probably what I would say in my opinion.
So I'm going to counter your statement there a little bit. Yeah, Michigan has Etling, right, who's had UFL experience
there,
before
yeah.
or USFL, right? But they also have Bryce Perkins, who didn't have experience
That dude's
in the
ripping
UFL.
it.
Right?
That's good, but he didn't even start this season though, so that's crazy.
No, but he did quite
But
well.
he played well.
Jorge, you're gonna love this. Just like Etling, he was on the Green Bay Packers roster for
Duggan
a
didn't
while.
start.
Who?
Duggan didn't start. Somebody said Duggan. Duggan didn't start.
Perkins?
yeah,
Oh.
he didn't start until
When Manny got hurt, yeah. So
Oh,
they
yeah.
was doing good before Manny got hurt.
Now, what Chris said here is true, right? Having a mobile quarterback in this league has been a very big advantageous thing, as we've seen, right?
That was a big word.
Having
That
Hogan,
is a big word. Spell it.
what? Advantageous?
Never mind. Go ahead. Finish, man. Finish.
You know you can't
I
do
think there's
that
a
to him. You
7.
cannot do that to him. He's gonna,
I think there's a 7 in there somewhere. Anyways,
you know,
point being, we threw Hogan in. Hogan was probably the most mobile guy that we had. And we started seeing a little bit of a difference,
Yeah.
right? Was it enough? No, right? And it's not anything against Hogan. I mean, it's hard to run when your offensive line is crashing down in your lap.
You know what? If they would have put him in last year, like I kept saying, he may have had a better chance this season.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
not shave
Well,
his mustache.
Oh, that too. Another superstition.
I don't
he
think
wins.
the mustache has anything to do with it.
has
Oh,
everything
no.
to do with
I'm-
it. Once that mustache was gone, our season was gone.
You guys,
We had no
and your
more mustache
superstitions.
power.
No mustache power. That was
Santoso
it.
went away. Then he just ripped it off. Like there's no mustache power at all.
He ripped it off. Maybe that's what the problem is, right? Maybe that's the one superstition that
We need a
we're overlooking.
glorious mustache.
Maybe
I'm telling y'all, I think it's the tailgate. It might be the tailgate. We have not tailgated.
Watch us win
We spent
Arlington
10
'cause
minutes.
of tailgate.
So we should win Arlington then, because we tailgating. Well, not
I'll bring
me,
the
but
beauty.
y'all.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
We
y'all,
spent
you
10
wouldn't,
minutes
you wouldn't show up
before.
until the end anyway. So, I mean, the
Uh,
tailgate. So, what do y'all read?
Metal Hawks' second loss. Oh, it's going to be perfectly fine because we'll
He talking junk. He
vindicate
talking junk.
ourselves when you guys get beat in the conference championship game, and then
And nobody show up in the dome. There you
Yep.
go.
Yep.
We know how that
So,
go. The repeat of history.
Yep.
yep.
All right,
repeat
maybe
history.
we should get to our picks.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and get to our picks.
Hey,
I should
Jack,
be
let's
winning,
get to our
right?
picks.
How about them apples?
I should be winning, right?
Is that what you think?
Well,
Jackie,
he's-
stop
he-
trying
he's-
to
find out.
happy.
Stop trying to build suspense. Like, just put the picks up.
He's just proud he's always picked against the Brahmas and it's worked.
Oh
Yep.
Lord. There it is, right there.
Dang it. Freaking BD, dog.
I told you. I'm still in the lead.
Still in the lead.
Yep.
Let me get these little things
By
off
one.
real quick.
Well,
All right.
I know who Brian is picking the one. I knew it. Y'all gonna make me get an easy W every time.
You keep
time.
getting that, and you ain't
Well,
you ain't
no.
winning right now.
So
The reason why I am up so good is because I keep going against the Brahmas.
Well, I actually got some logic behind why I was thinking about picking St. Louis, but I actually have some logic behind.
Please tell me why y'all picking.
I want to
Yeah.
hear yours
Brahmas.
because I have
Please.
some as well. I do too.
I need everybody's
So-
opinion on that.
For St. Louis, this game doesn't matter.
Mm.
They have home
Yep.
field advantage, right?
Yep.
Regardless, they have a playoff spot locked. Regardless, so I could see them resting a lot of their best players and
You know that's
putting
all
their
they care
twos,
about.
putting in their
Attendance.
twos.
Mhm.
And so basically, it's going to be whatever team we put out there versus their twos, and I could see it being a more competitive game and San Antonio actually pulling it off. Now, too little, too late.
Mm-hmm.
Next.
So I actually agree with Jorge. St. Louis has nothing to gain by winning or losing this game. This game is inconsequential, absolutely means nothing to them. They're going to want to save their players for the next game because that game is going to matter 10 times more. So San
None of the
Antonio
games matter
actually has to
anymore.
win.
I got a
Yeah.
point after
And
y'all done, but go ahead.
No games. No games matter in the league anymore because the playoffs are already set. The stadium is already set. We know the conference championship is going to be in St. Louis. Whether St. Louis is 1 or 2, we know it's going to be in Birmingham. Whether Birmingham is 1 or 2. So
That's true, but there's a little bit of pride on the game following.
and
I'm
they're
about to
made
cook.
They're going to want to do a
but
clean
it's
sweep.
kind of
Let's
like
see
the
what
last.
happens.
You
I'm about
know,
to cook.
Go ahead.
Go ahead,
Go ahead,
Jackie.
go,
Nope, I'm
go,
waiting
go.
for you.
No,
Nope,
mine is
nope,
literally
nope.
the same as
Okay.
what Jorge mentioned.
Ooh.
It's literally the same. Is that they don't. What's the reason to fight for? They've already got the spot.
They have everything to lose as far as injuries.
The only thing it's going to hurt is their record. That's it. And they already have a spot, so it
And the
wouldn't
record,
matter.
the record doesn't matter at this point anymore.
Yeah.
So bench all the starters. Let the beer guy, take a couple of snaps. It's Brucey's time to shine.
Get up out the
They're not.
camera,
They
bro.
don't care about this game. So that's the
Go
only
ahead.
reason
Well,
why
let-
San
let-
Antonio
let-
has
all
to
right,
win.
DJ,
Let the man
start
cook.
cooking. Start cooking, DJ.
Can I cook? Can I cook, please? Let me stir the
It's time
pot
for
real
the
quick.
cookout.
let me flip the pancake. 2 reasons. One, do y'all know who the coach is at the St. Louis Battlehawks?
Mhm. Anthony Becht.
There you go. You
He's
think he want to
smart.
lose?
Yep.
You
I don't
crazy.
think he
I think
cares.
he'd want to keep
No,
his
I don't think
players
he
safe.
cares. Yep.
Reason 2, y'all keep talking about injuries, right? I get it.
Yep.
You want to, but do y'all understand that this is not the NFL? It's the UFL. So guys want to put like gameplay on tape. So they are going to want to play. The better opportunity they have to put gameplay on tape, they're going to do it. I don't think sitting the starters in the UFL makes any sense. You want to get the best out of your players.
Maybe
Now,
not this game.
sitting the right, and we still got another week. So I don't see them sitting in week 9. Maybe
I
week
don't think
10.
they'll sit him the whole game, but I do think they might play him for a few series, a quarter, maybe a half, and then kind of keep him fresh.
still-
and then
I don't believe Anthony Beck will sit guys in this game. Like if it was week 10, I can see it maybe half, but the whole game, there's no way that I don't know. Y'all, you just said half of the game. The other
I'll
one said the
extend
whole
it
game.
for you, Jay.
There's
Jay
no way
Raven.
that this guy is about to let his starters sit week 9 in the UFL. This is his job interview. This is the player's job interview. I'm not sitting my guys. No. If anything, I'll say Duggan. Because what's his name? Cordero or something like that is coming off of IR. He might play. But I still don't see that happening because he's gonna be fresh in the lineup. They not about to let that man sit. Duggan's probably gonna play, dog. He's gonna play the whole game.
Case in
Those guys
point.
are gonna play the whole game. They're gonna play like as if it's a regular week, y'all. Come on now. This is not week 10.
Case in point. Not what's his name? Not Becht, but 2023 DC Defenders did that exact same thing.
Week 9,
2024, yeah, Birmingham Stallions.
the whole game,
They did the same thing.
the whole
Yes.
game,
They sat starters. Okay. So
the whole game.
I'm telling you, yes.
Are these
Yes,
the
go back
are
and
these
look.
the 2023 Birmingham Stallions or DC Defenders? This is the 2025
2023 DC
St.
Defenders,
Louis
2024,
Battlehawks with an egotistic
2024,
head coach Anthony Beck. He's not about to let them guys. Okay,
2024 Birmingham Stallions are essentially the same thing as the 2025 Birmingham Stallions, minus the quarterback. Everything else is about the same.
the 2025 St. Louis Battlehawks is not the 2023 or 2025 Birmingham Stallions or the 2023 DC Defenders. I'm telling y'all. Okay,
So,
watch.
okay.
What game? What time? What day this game on? Sunday,
Friday.
right?
It's the
game.
first game Friday.
Friday. We will revisit this, and
So-
I will have my shades on
Hold on.
because I
So,
love
you have your
this.
shades
The
on.
whole panel is going against me,
You're
and I
gonna get
love this.
blinded by the truth.
Okay.
I just realized something too. So
Let me message Ashley Beck right now. Are you gonna rest your starters? And watch what you say.
Make sure you call him Tony. He
He
likes,
didn't
he
even
likes,
answer
he likes
you.
being called Tony.
Said I'm
But
going
no,
back.
I just noticed something. We have the same predicament for the final game here in the picks, DC Houston,
Mhm.
where DC has everything to lose as far as injuries goes, and Houston has nothing to gain or lose. And we're going the opposite here as far as we're picking DC to win. Why?
I
Well,
picked Houston.
I want to know why then.
That's
I'm
why,
not
that's
on
what I'm
the
saying.
I'm not on the resting starters bandwagon. I'm sorry. They're going to
No,
play their
well,
guys, and they're going to win.
We understand that, but as far as everyone else, like, why did you guys pick DC but are not picking St. Louis?
Oh, you ain't talking to me.
Oh,
No,
at the end
not
of the
for
day,
you.
Okay.
at the end of the day, I didn't pick St. Louis at all, and that was
Okay,
because I vote with my heart.
because you don't like St. Louis.
Jay is
Y'all
high
know
picking
that's
Houston.
I pick with my heart, so I didn't pick Battle Hacks. They are a hack job. Battle
Oh,
Hawks are
Jay,
always good.
somebody's challenging you.
Okay. And we'll see. We'll see. But at this point, winning over Houston means absolutely nothing. So why risk your championship playoff players
Because they're still better than
in a
Houston.
crap game like this?
I feel like even their seconds are still going to be better than Houston. It's probably the same for us too, but I don't know.
Maybe, maybe not. Right? But I don't think being a head coach, I want to win a chip. I'm not going to take a chance on games that are going to matter down the stretch and hurt my guys in this game that's inconsequential. This game doesn't mean anything. So I would sit my starters. I would rest them. I would have them ready for the next 3 weeks.
Bro,
This
I
game,
don't see
it doesn't
nobody
matter.
resting starters in week 9, y'all. Like, what's going on?
Week 9 matters. Look at the week 9 matchups, my friend.
I'm looking at them, and then don't tell me the rest of my starters. Like, y'all, this
week
is the
10
UFL,
Week
guys.
10 matters. Week 10.
This is the UFL.
Birmingham.
You need to put as much tape out there as possible. I'm not sitting down week 9 I'm trying to get into the NFL. Why would I sit down? I want to play.
Michigan is playing Houston. Doesn't matter.
You can't be scared of injuries,
though,
y'all.
The only game week 10 that matters is St. Louis and DC. That one's going to matter. Neither one of those guys are going to rest their starters that game.
So let me ask you this.
Take a chance.
You know what? That was not going to matter anyways. It's it's going to be just like San Antonio and St. Louis last year. Neither one of the teams in the very last home game, because we knew that we were playing the next week.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Chris.
That one was, we didn't know where we were playing. It would have been San Antonio or St. Louis. The point of that last game, neither one, St. Louis, DC, neither one's going to do anything fancy, nothing impressive. They're probably going to go out and run the damn ball the entire game. Nothing fancy. They're not going to show anything. They're going to wait until playoffs.
Can I ask y'all something? What do you think is more important? Winning the UFL championship or getting into the NFL?
Depends which coach you ask.
Nope. It's a straight question. Which one do you think is more important? Oh my goodness.
Are you asking?
What do you think? What do you think is more important
as a coach?
What do you think is more important as a player? You're trying to get tape out there. So I'd say a game tape. You're trying to get tape out there. Which one do you think is more important? Winning the
too.
No, I mean I said Anthony Beck, but y'all went over that point. But anyway, I'm talking about the players. I said you're not about to sit your guys knowing that they're trying to get tape out there and trying to get in the NFL. Which one do you think is more important? Winning a UFL championship, which you probably won't be in the UFL next year if you get your shot in the NFL. And what if this game was pivotal for you and you could have balled out and now you got all eyes on you? You never know. Your moment you never know when your moment is coming. So it could take this game Yes, it can take this game. Jorge knows because
Right.
he played the sport. So you can take this game to ball out week 9, or you can sit down and don't play and don't get that opportunity or that shot in the NFL. This is your tape. You got 10 weeks, bro. This is not a 17-week season. It's 10
Yeah,
weeks.
but I also
They
don't think
didn't.
it's not up to a player whether they're going to play or not, anyways.
Oh, okay.
And
Well,
didn't they have 8 weeks to prove themselves?
if I'm,
One
you
week
think
is
that's
going to make
enough?
a difference.
You think 8 weeks is Jorge? Come on, Jorge, help me out.
So,
Jorge, help me out. What would you do?
okay, all right. This is what I would do. From a player perspective, absolutely, I get where you're coming from. Get into the NFL, get into the league. That is the goal, right?
Yeah.
But if you have a high ankle sprain, if you have something that's been bugging you for the past 2 weeks, wouldn't you rather ball out in
What
the
if-
playoffs when it counts, when the
What if-
game, when it matters most? And
What if you don't got one? What if you don't got one?
If you don't go, if you don't
Play
got
both
one-
sides.
Get one in an inconsequential game and can't play in the playoffs.
What if you don't get one in week 9?
That's what I'm saying. If you don't have anything nagging you, go out there and play your game. But if you do, take this time to rest, heal up for the playoffs. That way you can go out when the games have meaning, where it's win or you're out, win or go home, and essentially show how you can compete under pressure. That is what's going to be able to show you. Why do you think Chase Carver didn't get an NFL invitation? Because he did not compete under pressure. He did not compete under pressure, right? Maybe
that was his
hurt.
choice.
Maybe something was going on. I don't
That
know.
man wasn't hurt.
But he did not compete under pressure. He had a great season. Did not compete under pressure. And so, would you risk doing that when knowing that I'm a guaranteed a spot in the playoffs? I would evaluate it on a case-by-case basis, and because there's other players on the roster that maybe they haven't had their shot. Well, this might be their chance to get the game tape. So as a coach for an organization, for a team that wants to win the championship as a collective, then yeah, I'm going to do what's best for the team and give other guys a shot, knowing I already know what's going to happen in 3 weeks. I might play this guy for a quarter. I might let this guy get his injury bug out of his system. So that way we have 100% for the playoffs. You know, that's a luxury many teams don't ever really have in this sport. But
Y'all crazy. Y'all crazy.
I'm gonna put it on a player by player basis. If you have a nagging injury, something that's been bugging you, get rid of that, fix it, and be ready for the playoffs.
Y'all crazy. But guess what? It's cool. I've been in this position before. And I'm gonna say what I said what I said, and I'm gonna leave it at that, and we will see.
Hey, DJ, we got you and me have 3 games different. So this I think this week we'll shift or determine who's getting that championship trophy.
Oh shit! I just realized that. Yeah, St. Louis does have 14 games this season.
Are you? Is that a troll or are you being serious?
Well, think about it. They have 6 home games. 7 with the conference championship, and if they make the UFL championship, they have 8. They have 8 home games. 8 out of 12 they got at home.
Yeah,
guaranteed.
I'm talking about is BD trolling? Like, are you trolling or are you serious?
No, I'm serious. Like we have 3 separate picks this week. So
okay.
If
Yep.
I mean,
I'm just
if I'm
could
right
be a
on all of
league
them, then I'm
change.
going to take a 4-game lead on you. If you're right on all of them, you're going to take a 2-game lead on me. So
Well, it's looking in my favor right now.
we'll see.
We'll see.
Hey.
We'll see.
We'll see come Monday.
Yep.
Here's
We'll see
where
Friday.
y'all
We'll see Friday because I'm gonna have my glasses on Friday.
Here's where y'all can see the
Your
games,
glasses are a little clouded up, sir.
games
Okay.
and times.
Make sure if you're watching the games on ABC, you have ESPN2 on quick
Back
Yeah.
up.
backup.
Because if not, you'll be watching something that says
You'll be watching
NBA playoff pregame show.
some Canadian hockey or something.
Yep. And I will say this, Chris and I can at least agree on one thing, that right here, James Carr is the top-notch ticket rep.
top
We
notch.
can at least agree on that. Period.
Wait.
So,
How the hell do St. Louis got 14 home games?
No, they have
Am I
8.
tripping?
No,
They
they
have
have
I'm about
8.
to say
They have
I was about to
8.
say, wait, what? What is he watching?
They have guaranteed 8 if they make to the championship. 7 if
Yeah,
they
I don't
if they
understand this math. This
It's-
must
it's-
be the
they
Football
have
That's
math.
J math.
they have
That's J math.
It's this new invention, guys.
One,
It's called
It's
J
called
math.
sarcasm.
three,
All right,
four,
it's a
five.
new invention called sarcasm. I know it's kind of hidden. Not everybody knows about it, but just
No, it's
just so you
called
know.
J's math. It's called J math.
J-Man.
Yep. You just make it up on the fly, man.
Y'all wow.
And
Y'all
we got
wildin'
you.
out.
We got you, Chris. We
Yeah,
got you.
we caught it. We caught it, bro. We caught it.
Yeah.
Oh, 15
All right.
minutes later.
So, I think we pretty much hashed everything out. I'm excited for this weekend. Just because I want to see what happens with the San Antonio game. I want to see that my theories prove out right. But just because we still have some football left, right? Even if these games don't matter,
This
hey,
guy
make sure
right
you
here.
have plenty of water to taste that or to wash down that crow that you're going to be eating this weekend. Okay.
You're gonna
Hey, if
truly.
you need a place to watch the game, some of us will be at Dave and Buster's watch party, so that's where you
Yeah.
can head out to watch the game.
And I think just to answer Excalibur's, I will be
Yeah.
there.
BD
Yes.
and J will be there.
Jay's not going to be there.
Jay is not going to be there. Jay cannot make it. Jay has other things
Just
going on,
BD and
unfortunately.
Brahma
We'll see.
Babe.
We'll see.
BD
Like I said,
Brahma Babe.
I'm still thinking it's a coin flip of you hopping on a flight up there last second.
If
I'm still thinking that FOMO might get the best of you.
If it's a double-headed coin, probably. But I already have plans with the fam, and
He just doesn't want to go to East St. Louis with BD because we all know BD's gonna go hang out over there.
Well, hey,
That's you. That was all you. East St. Louis was all you, buddy.
I got some
Yep.
news.
what you got?
There you go.
Period. Round 2, I-35 rivalry rally is booked, and we are go. It will be this Saturday, the day before the game, from 4 to 7 at Alamo Beer. They are doing a nice little special for us, $4 Brahma beer, which is the Golden L. It's family friendly, so you can bring all the kiddos out. There's gonna be music. We have a photo booth. There's gonna be swag. From what I hear, some players may be showing up. We'll also have some nonprofits out there as well as a couple of vendors. So shout out to Big Brothers Big Sisters, Fourth and Gold, Wild Pony Hat Bar will be set up as well, and we're working on a few more. But it should be a lot of fun. We expect everyone to, if you have the day off, it's on a Saturday, come join. I hear the Renegades, the Banditos have like 20 plus something. They're not hitting their 40, but they're up in numbers, which they should be because, I mean, that's how we were. They
Yeah.
came the very first game, year 1 with 3, and they've slowly got more, and we just had to challenge them a little bit. And now they're up in the 20s. I don't think they'll hit the 40s, but 20s.
What Mike said.
What Mike
What
said.
Mike said.
Yeah, for sure. You have time right now. So if you don't have your I-35 rivalry t-shirt,
Yep.
now is the time to order it so you can get it in time for the game. I actually just ordered the flag and it's already on its way. So yes, you still have time and it's up on the merch. Just scan the little QR code. But we're super excited to have another rivalry rally and to hang out with our family, Los Banditos, and any of the other Renegades fans that are coming up. But I'll post this new flyer since, like I said, we'll be adding hopefully some more nonprofits to the party. So look out for that. Ta-da.
Should be an awesome event. So if you're in
Yeah.
the area, come on down, check it out. Come hang out with us. Come hang out with our Banditos brothers and sisters. If you're coming down from Arlington, make sure you come down a little bit early so you can come and join us. It's going to be a great time, right? And we're going to have an incredible breakfast tailgate on Sunday. There's going to be all kinds of stuff. You guys are going to love this. I get to use a little bit of my Spanish that I've been learning on Duolingo for like 5 years now. I'll be using my plancha to cook up some huevos and some chorizo and some papas. And that's all I got. Like if it's not food related, I don't know it. I'm sorry, guys. I've tried.
That's crazy.
But your
Good
mind
job,
goes
good
where your
job.
interests
Yeah,
are.
hey, you know
So-
what? That's the best way to learn, man. Just think about food.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a great time, right? We're all going to be there for the most part. DJ. But
No.
I'm not gonna be there
I know.
either. Don't worry about it.
Jorge, I forgot that you're not going to be there. It's almost sacrilegious to think that you're not going to be there at the game.
We're probably
But who's going to wear the
now.
Arlington shirt for the rivalry now? For the
I
rally?
know. Oh,
Ooh, shots fired.
You can, man. Go ahead. It's all you.
Mm-mm.
They're gonna bring their poster they made of him. There's
It'll
signed
be even-
poster.
There you go. I'll be there that way.
Okay.
They
That shirt
need
would be
me.
even tighter on BD than you.
They need me to like hype up their fan
You
base.
know, I don't know about that. Jorge's kind of bulked up a little bit, so you know.
I have been hitting the weights, so yeah.
There you go.
Oh God.
Oh
Wow.
Lord,
Wow. Some of these comments, man.
they
Anyways,
hitting you hard.
this is gonna be an awesome time. So make sure you guys show up, come hang out with us at the I-35 rivalry pregame or what are we calling it?
Rally, the
Rally.
I-35
Rivalry rally.
where
That's
we'll also
Too many
see
R's.
the
My
hat
God.
coming back. Our rivalry hat will be here, as well as the One State, One Love helmet that Arlington's been holding on to. So actually, there's two little trophies.
Wait, what that helmet look like? I ain't seen that.
I didn't even know there was a helmet.
Yeah,
Rig
Rig
made it.
Rocker. Yeah, he made it. It was just a One State, One Love. So it's basically a white helmet. It's like a full size helmet, and it says
Oh, is
One
it?
State,
I thought
One
it was a
Love.
mini.
Yeah,
Maybe
it's
it
a
is a
full size
mini.
one.
No, it is a full size one, and it says One State, One Love, and it has all the Texas teams, so all three of the teams. And
Mm.
basically, it is. Well, see, the sad thing is that they lost it to Arlington, and it's supposed to come back. They were thinking it was going to come back to Houston, then we were going to play them. So then it was up for grabs again, but no, it stayed with Arlington, and we don't get to see it till the end of the season.
So
So we're
if we
taking
beat them, we
both
get
of them.
both.
exactly.
Yeah.
You mean
When we beat them. When we
we
beat
will
them.
get
Yeah.
When we beat them.
Yeah, we'll get
So-
both.
So the helmet only rotates whatever team beats whoever
Whatever.
holds the
The
helmet.
Texas, yeah, the
Yeah.
Texas team
Okay.
that beats each other, yeah.
Yeah, it's
The
a
only
little
sad
funky.
thing, yeah, because we only play, us and Renegades only play them once. We don't, we
Bro,
get to play
what the hell?
twice.
Chris, go to bed, dog. Go to
Well,
bed, man.
I think that's a good
Anyways,
way to
Yeah,
wrap it up here.
that's we gotta
Yeah.
go off that one.
put a fork in it. We're done.
Don't forget,
All
thank
right,
you,
guys.
fan, follow and like them. Texas Talking Football. Are we on tomorrow or no?
No, because BD's got work stuff to do. Yeah.
I'll be out drinking with my work group, so
It's much more
Team
important
building,
than talking
sir.
football.
That's the new PC term. Team
Yes.
building.
Building. Oh Lord! But yes, check them out on Tuesdays when they are on, not when
When
Dee's out.
When we're
painting.
both sober.
Yeah, when they're both sober. But other than
I mean,
that,
good luck with that. But
we'll catch y'all on the flip side.
Dave and Buster's this weekend.
Dave and Buster's on Friday. Once
Yep.
forward.
BD, you ready?
For y'all.
You ready? Suck it, St. Louis.
suck in St. Louis.
Dave!